was done by some scientists in Harvard many years ago. And in this experiment, what scientists did was they took kittens and they brought them up in a room that had only horizontal stripes. So all the visual stimuli in the room were horizontal. And they took some other kittens and they brought them up in a room that had vertical stripes. So all the visual stimuli in the room were vertical. And when these kittens grew up to be wise old cats, then one group of cats could see only a horizontal world. Another group of rats could see only a vertical world. It had nothing to do with the belief system of these cats. When their brains were examined, they didn't have the connections between neurons to see either a horizontal world or a vertical world. So what happened? When these little kittens saw only horizontal stripes, somewhere in their consciousness, they made an interpretation. Everything looks like this, so everything must be like this. And then the brain adjusted its anatomy to reinforce that interpretation. So they ended up looking at their interpretations. Similarly, if they were exposed only to vertical stimuli, then they made the same interpretation, and so they wouldn't be able to see something like this furniture leg. Why? Not because this furniture leg doesn't exist, but because they didn't have the connections between neurons to allow them to see those furniture legs. In other words, your interpretations of reality actually shape the anatomy of the nervous system through which you perceive reality. And in the end, your nervous system does only one thing: keep reinforcing the reality that you have conditioned yourself to perceive. So right this moment, there's less than 1/1000th of what's happening in this room is entering into your nervous system. What's entering your nervous system is what you think exists out there. And if you don't think it exists out there, it doesn't even get inside your nervous system. I hope I've made the case that what you call reality is actually a perception, and that perception is a conditioned response that you have learned to make since the early days of childhood. And unless you recognize that fact, there is no desire to break that conditioning.